That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine you and Jane Lynch together probably have no limits.
Yeah, we're sort of heightened versions of ourselves. So she's a little Sue Sylvester and I'm a little Meredith. So it's interesting. She's kind of like the nun rapping me on the knuckles, and I'm sort of like the sheepdog knocking everything over. So
But like Meredith and Sue would get along in real life.
absolutely. And I feel like I always describe the show as we're like the Rat Pack, but with a couple of broads. So
I love it. What about how did The Office change you? Other than okay, now you're famous and you have a career and the doors are open. Like, did it change you as a person fundamentally?
I'm a much, I think I'm a much happier person. I mean, not that I wasn't before, but I feel like there's something about when you get a dream, when a dream comes true in your life, it really validates so much. And I think for my family, like, I was 40 and I think my family is very supportive, but I think they were sort of like, I remember my dad said, like literally right before I got the office, he said, "Are you sure there's nothing else you want to do?" And I was like, "Oh my God," he never said that to me. So I thought, "Oh my God, maybe but then I really actually had an examining moment and thought, if I still was waiting tables and doing my comedy act, if that was just what I was supposed to do, I think I would have been okay with that. But of course, I'm much happier that The Office happened. And the fans are incredible. I mean, and I feel like as an artist, it's allowed me to do things I didn't expect, like singing and singing legitimately. And then also, doing Dancing with the Stars was like a huge, crazy journey for me. I really had a great time. It was really, really hard, but the process was so amazing for me. And then I got to do the tour. I got to do 45 of my 54 shows, but I was doing more shows than anybody, and I was the oldest contestant in the tours, so it was crazy. And for most of the show,
How did that come about? Like, did you want to go on Dancing with the Stars? Like, or just
he actually approached me, and I sort of thought, this is nuts. Like, I'm too old for this. And I hadn't danced since I was in college, and I thought, I don't even know if I can do this. But they were extremely persistent, and I thought, you know what? Let's just give this a shot. And luckily my partner, he was near the show, Pasha Pashkov. He and his wife Daniela, they just got out of competition. They're literally 7-time national champs, Blackpool champs, world champs. Like they were. I mean, I had no business dancing with this guy. With 20 years difference, and I think I had a few pounds on him when I started. I lost a little weight, but he was amazing and just a great teacher, just a great energy, and just this whole art form was open to me. And sure, it's a competition, but I just love the daily process. It was really, really interesting and fun.
was it really, I mean, as hard as I'm thinking it is?
Yeah. You start 4 hours a day. You quickly go to 8, and it really is. I think the first 2 weeks you get a day off, and then after that you don't get a day off. So it's a lot, and the world is watching. So it feels like.
Well, you made it pretty far.
I did. No, I'm pleased, and I feel like even though I didn't win, getting to do the tour and getting to host and dance at Radio City and the Grand Ole Opry, that was a huge, huge gift to me. I really, again, like I love to connect with fans, and I love live theater. So for me, it was like just very profound and fantastic. I mean, it was like these magical moments where you like. I don't think we did a show without. I think the smallest crowd we ever did was 2,500 people. It was huge. I mean, Radio City, 6,000 people sold out. I mean, it was nuts. That's about as close as I'm going to probably get to playing a stadium. That's fine with me.
That's another show with just like a huge rabid following all these years later.
Oh, true. Yeah, the fans are wonderful, fantastic, and I feel like I made some friends for life.
Who were like, did you bond with like the Beak from the Creek, Mr. James Vanderbeek or Karamo or?
No, it's funny. James and I had done a bunch of game shows. We did Match Game, and I think we did The Soup together a few times. So I knew James. So yeah, I still think he got robbed. He should have won.
I think so.
Yeah.
What about, did you bond with like Karamo or Hannah Brown?
Karamo's great. He's a sweetheart. They were shooting in Philadelphia when we first started, and I'm from Philly because he was still finishing up. When we did Good Morning America, when they announced the cast, he was still in Philly doing Queer Eye for the Straight Guy that season. They were in Philly. So yeah, no, I love his kids. He's a good guy.
Do you watch The Bachelor? Speaking of Hannah Brown.
I watched a little. I just watched the first two. I'm not a big Bachelor person. Sorry, Hannah. Yeah. But,
Are
I
you a
was.
big?
I know, like Hannah won. I used to make the joke in the tour, like, she doesn't know how to date, but she does know how to dance. So,
That's kind of funny. Are you a big?
yeah, David, just kind of. It kills.
No, okay, it's really funny.
So rude.
Well, I'm just trying to. Yes, it is really funny, honestly. Do you watch reality TV, or you just never got into like any reality?
Not my thing. I mean, it's not exactly my thing. Sorry. I will do
That's
the
okay.
sometimes, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, I watch a little bit of the Masked Singer and a little bit of the Masked Dancer because Craig Robinson is hosting, my buddy from The Office. So
Well, maybe you'll be on The Masked Singer or The Masked Dancer.
I don't know. I think I might wipe out. It was hard enough to just dance with my head on, let alone with a head on top of that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, look, you have dancing in your background, you have singing in your, but you're kind of right for both shows.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Yeah.
What about, are you shocked on Dancing with the Stars? Like, do you still watch Dancing with the Stars? Are you shocked like Tom Bergeron is out and Tyra is the new host?
Tom is the greatest, but I mean, I think Tyra's doing great. It's a bummer because I feel like there was so much. The fans really love Tom. There's so much heart, but change happens, and some people get a season. I mean, Tom was on for years, and I don't know. I mean, they're big risks when they do this, but at the same time, like there's an evolution, and they're about to hit their 30th season, so which is crazy.